from not grasping for the non-grasping itself all at once, from not attached to the non-attachment itself all at once. This is not to practice. This is not to practice whatsoever. End the ending itself directly. Cease the ceasing itself directly. Cut through deluded knowing directly within itself. From not attached to the non-attachment itself with everything instantly. From not grasping for the non-grasping itself with everything instantly. The problem is the attempt to practice body mind in this way and that way. Even the attempt to let go is also a practice. The attempt to discard is also a practice. Trying to disengage also a practice. Just disengage from not attached to the non-attachment itself. That is disengaging truly. This is not about not attached to anything, because that is still a practice. It is the cause of the suffering within the practice itself. It is the desire within the practice itself. Therefore, with everything is from not attached to the non-attachment itself instantly, from not grasping for the non-grasping itself instantly, ending the practice, ending the education, delusively educating oneself, ending all about the delusion to practice, to educate. This is called end the ending itself, cease the ceasing itself. From disengaging itself, from not attached to the non-attachment itself, is all the same thing. From not grasping for the non-grasping itself, it's all the same thing. This is called ending within itself, ceasing within itself. Proceed simultaneously with everything. Proceed simultaneously with everything. Ending the ending itself, ceasing the ceasing itself, all the same with everything. From not grasping for the non-grasping itself, all the same. From not attached to the non-attachment itself, all the same. From disengaging itself, all the same, with everything. This is called ending within itself, ceasing within itself, to help one another only. This is not about end anything or cease anything. Helping through ending and ceasing within itself only. This is not about trying to end anything. Trying to end anything is not end within itself. Trying to stop anything is not going to end anything. Not grasping for the non-grasping itself instead, so that it can end not grasping. Not attached to the non-attachment itself, then it will end all about attaching or non-attaching. And proceed simultaneously with everything all the same. Ending the ending itself all the same. Everything is from not grasping even for the non-grasping itself as it is. Delusively practicing is turning into samsara of educating, samsara of practicing. And then it will become karmic difficulties to be taken on, which is the unbearable suffering, realms of existence, obstruction, hindrances. Disengage from disengaging itself. Not attached to the non-attachment itself. Not grasping for the non-grasping itself. With everything, disengage from disengaging itself. Let's conclude to end the ending itself. Not grasping for the non-grasping itself with everything. This is not about not grasping anything. From not attached to the non-attachment itself with everything. This is not about trying to not attach to anything. With this, it will end all the attempt to disengage, to not attach, to not grasp. This is not a practice. The practice is a delusion. It is samsara. The desire is practicing. From not grasping for the non-grasping self with everything. This is not grasping. It's not grasping for the non-grasping self. The mind will not grasp for itself automatically. Any state of mind will not grasp for itself automatically. From not grasping for the non-grasping itself is not about not grasping for anything. This will unwind the unwinding itself, discarding the state of unwinding by itself. And this will gradually brighten out, but proceed simultaneously with everything. This is going to be facilitating with the brightness, purifying everything for samsara, for everything. It's not about not grasping for anything. It's from not grasping for the non-grasping self. Listen well. It will give ending all about practices instantly. Ending all the attempt to attach or detach. Ending all about trying to letting go or not letting go. All about delusion to practice will be ended. Ending all practices to help samsara. Later on, there is no need to try to attach or detach in whatever ways again, ending all the delusion to try to attach or detach. This will automatically, beyond blossoming out, that discard the blossoming state. That's it. From not grasping for the non-grasping itself. From not grasping for the non-grasping self is beyond blossoming or budding. It's brightening, and it's beyond brightening or not brightening. This is without traces, limitless, purifying through the emptiness, in all the thoughts. And it means everything at the same time. It's turning into the great compassion of helping through releasing and liberation. Discarding itself. This is not about walking in the walking. From not grasping for the non-grasping itself with everything, from discarding itself, make a conclusion that purifies itself so that it is blessing at the same time with any actions. Otherwise, it's going to be deluded to the walking, to the actions. This is the same old patterns of delusion. Let's do the purification within the conclusion itself, the reminders with auto-purification in itself more constantly, from not grasping for the non-grasping itself with everything. All the overlaying of the delusive attachment will be over automatically. It will be unwinding, discarding the unwinding itself automatically. The mind doesn't grasp for itself. Everything is from not grasping even for the non-grasping itself. The mind is not overlaying to grasp itself. Any states of mind, any conditions don't have any overlaying of the grasping for the minds and states of mind. The states of mind don't grasp for anyone. The mind doesn't grasp for anyone, so don't grasp for them. The mind is anatta. Anatta, elements of anatta. The mind is anatta. The mind doesn't grasp for itself. Delusively overlaying with grasping, therefore it's become delusive attachments. That is the karmic difficulties, the desire overlaying. With everything is from disengaging itself. This is from not attached to the non-attachment itself, from not grasping for the non-grasping itself, from disengaging itself. This is the simplest form of saying already. Listen in a way that you don't have to try to understand anything. Follow through the essence directly. Listen and let it be the essence accordingly. From disengaging, even from disengaging itself, from not grasping for the non-grasping itself, from not attached to the non-attachment itself. Listen without trying to understand or interpret further. From not relating itself, without interpret further, without trying to understand further. Don't go further than that. Each sentence has the enlightenment in itself. You don't have to add more further into it. It is already complete within itself. All these sentences that have been given to you, just diligently use them as reminders, the reminders that purify themselves. In this way, samsara will end accordingly altogether. Don't be engrossed with delusively practicing and educating on and on. The creator and the one who takes on the result is the desire that is fabricating. The desire fabricating the education and misleading the practice, misleading the education. From not related to the non-relating itself with everything like this. This is so simple already. There is no need to not relate to anything again. It's from not related to the non-relating itself. With this, it will end the ending itself. There is no need to delusively ending anything. This is ending the delusion to end. It gives ending to delusion to end already. from disengaging itself with everything. That's it. It's done. Ending the ending itself. Ending the delusion to end. Ceasing the delusion to cease already is done. Disengage from disengaging itself without grasping for itself. In this way, you will not be vague. Ending the ending itself to help one another. Ceasing the ceasing itself to help one another. From disengaging itself without limits. From disengaging itself with everything altogether, simultaneously with everything. From disengaging itself simultaneously with everything. This is helping to end the ending itself. This is the simplest form of saying. Therefore, it's up to enabling how to use it. Each sentence is Nibbana, purifying everything for both samsara and that which is not samsara, proceeding like that simultaneously. Any sentence can be used, enable to use them. From disengaging itself with everything, that's done. Helping through ending the ending itself, helping through ceasing the ceasing itself, that's it, it's done. It's up to you if you know how to use them, or just disengaging, that is still stuck within disengaging, you don't know how to use it. From disengaging itself, disengage doesn't grasp for itself, which is limitless. Disengaging truly has no limits. Ceasing the ceasing itself clearly as helping. Continue well with it. Disengage in the way that has no limits. Disengage that is not just disengaging. It purifies itself. Disengage from disengaging itself. It dissolves itself. It doesn't grasp for itself. It discards itself. And proceed simultaneously with everything. From not grasping for the non-grasping itself, from not grasping for the non-grasping itself, all the same with everything, simultaneously with everything. If disengaging, then it disengages from itself. If not grasping, then it doesn't grasp for itself. This is the sentences that supports itself. Proceed simultaneously with everything. With this, it will be facilitating through ending with everything simultaneously. When grasping is impossible to proceed simultaneously with everything, because it is specific, it is done one or two things at a time. When there is attachment, there is no way that is going all together with everything. Not grasping for the non-grasping itself, instead it proceeds possibly simultaneously with everything, because there is no choice, there is no options to grasp for anything whatsoever, even a thing. Therefore, it's helping through ending and cut through deluded knowing simultaneously with everything. The grasping is On the contrary, it is specific. It is a delusive attachment. The delusive attachment is only being specific for attaching, for fixating. When saying everything, the delusive attachment starts to be shaken. It cannot grasp for anything at all, even a thing. Habits of the delusive attachment will grab specifically for certain thing constantly. But when saying everything, then the delusive attachment is shaken. It starts to dissolve itself. All the attachments will be shaken because it's impossible to attach and fixate to anything already. It's starting to unwind from the unwinding itself instead. From disengaging itself, it's not just stuck with disengaging. When everything is initiated, it turns into disengaged that doesn't grasp for itself, which is the essence that helps ending altogether with everything, cut through deluded knowing simultaneously with everything. Know how to use it. Listen well, using it.